Hello friends, this video on acid and base part 6 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Before watching this video, please make sure that you have watched part 1 to part 5. Now we'll take one activity for chemical properties of acid and base. The activity is pretty simple. We just collect some samples from science laboratory. Hydrochloric acid, this is just to make you aware about the different kind of chemicals we use in the labs. Hydrochloric acid, if you see, it will be something like this. It will be transparent in color. Sulfuric acid will also be something like this. It is very difficult to differentiate between hydrochloric and sulfuric acid just by the look. Nitric acid also will be looking like this only. Acetic acid will also look like this. It will be transparent. Sodium hydroxide is solid generally, so it will look like this. Your potassium hydroxide will also look like this. The calcium hydroxide will look like this, white color, powdery kind of stuff. Magnesium hydroxide will also look like this. Your ammonium hydroxide will also look like this. So this is my activity wherein I took out hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid, acetic acid, and I knew that all these look like this. Then I took out this potassium hydroxide, sodium hydroxide, they look like this, and then I took out these calcium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide, they look like this. So because these acids and base we will use in our labs very frequently, so it's good to know how they look like. Sodium hydroxide will look like this, potassium hydroxide will look like this, calcium hydroxide will look like this. This is just to make yourself familiar with the kinds of acids and bases which you use in the labs. We will do some activity on olfactory indicators also. As I told, olfactory indicators are nothing but substance which change the order. Order changes when you put acidic or basic value. For example, I told onion was one, right? Was one olfactory indicators which changes the order when you put some basic substances and the smell goes off. So we'll do some activity on that because I told you there is something called olfactory indicator, but it's difficult to digest that, right? So once you do it, it is more easy to understand. It's the chemistry is more about learning from experiments, right? So we'll do some experiment. We'll get some chopped onions with some clean cloth and put this in a bag, and we'll put this in the fridge overnight, right? Now if you see what happens is this strip, the cloth strip which we have, it will get the smell of onion. That's what we are looking for, right? This guy is smelling. This guy has onion smell. Correct? Because you have put this guy tied up with the onion and you have put this guy in a fridge for one night. So this guy got the onion smell. And what we have told that the onion smell goes off in the basic thing, right? So now we'll take the steps and we'll check the smell. Yeah, it has smell. It smells like onion, right? Now you put HCl and we'll put NaOH, both in different steps. So we have two steps actually. We'll take two steps in this of flows. In one we'll put HCl. In one we'll put NaOH. Using the dropper we get in chemistry labs, you can use the droppers to put this, right? Now we'll put this in sun for some time, right? Or we'll wash this and with water and we'll check the smell. You'll observe that the smell of this guy HCl is still there. The one where you have put hydrochloric acid is still smelly, and the one where you have put base, it has no smell. The smell goes off. You can do this actually in your lab. You can take this onion stressed from home, put it in the fridge, take it to your lab, ask your lab manager or assistant to give you hydrochloric acid and sodium hydroxide. Put that on this two different steps, and then you again see the smell. There is no smell in the base one, that is sodium hydroxide one, and there is smell in hydrochloric. So I took hydrochloric acid and sodium hydroxide. You can take any acid. You can take any acid. For example, you can take sulfuric acid or acetic acid. And for base also you can take any base, potassium hydroxide, any base you can take. Right? So this is one activity you can perform in the lab. If you have a lab and if you have a lesser lab, you can do this. We'll do one more activity based on the olfactory indicators. This time we will take vanilla essence. For vanilla essence also we know that the smell goes off in the base and the smell is still intact in acid. So we'll take some dilute vanilla essence and we'll check the smell of this. We'll smell it, right? Now we'll take some acid, maybe HCl, and we'll take 2 test tubes. So one guy is HCl and one guy is NaOH, right? 2 test tubes we'll take. And in one test tube, in this HCl one we'll put the vanilla also. Here also we'll put the vanilla, right? And we'll shake it. Now we'll check the order of this again. We'll find that the one with the acid will still smell. This guy will still smell and this guy will not smell. Why? Because with acid the smell of vanilla essence is still intact, but with the base the smell of vanilla essence goes off. So the conclusion is the order of vanilla essence disappears when it is added to the base, and the order of vanilla essence is persisting when we add the acid. So acid plus vanilla essence, smell is still there, smell exists. Base plus vanilla essence, no smell. Smell goes off. Correct? I mean, you may find the smell of sodium hydroxide and HCl, but what smell I am talking about is, I am talking about the vanilla essence smell. Okay? Vanilla essence smell, because vanilla essence will have a typical smell. That particular smell will go off. So one question our students ask is how to determine the gas in lab. What is the normal experiment we use? So normally the kind of gas which we deal with in lab is hydrogen gas and carbon gas. For hydrogen, it pops, sound comes when a candle is placed nearby. So if you want to determine if it is hydrogen, you put a candle nearby, it pops up, it's hydrogen. For carbon dioxide gas, you pass the milky water and that turns milky. So you have lime water that turns milky, that means it's carbon dioxide. So generally in lab we get this carbon dioxide gas or hydrogen gas. To test this gas we use this kind of test. For hydrogen we pop sound comes and candle is placed nearby. For carbon dioxide the lime water comes. Thank you. Visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thanks once again.